Hi, my name is Daniel, and in this video we're gonna talk about the characters from The Gambler. The first character that we're gonna talk about it's called the General, and he's like this guy that owns a lot of money to a lot of people, and his plan is to get the money from his grandmother because his grandmother has a lot of money. Uh, he's also in love with Mille Blanche, but she only wants his money, and that's why she's with him. And he has history with degrees, that it's like a man who who wants money from him, and he owes him, but he doesn't have the money to pay him, so he's waiting until he pays him. Then the second character that we're gonna talk about it's Polina Alexandrova, and she's like an important character because the main character, who's the gambler, it's in love with her, and she's with the general and agrees because she wants money. But at the end of the story, she only gets sick, and but she also gets the money. But why? The second character, well, the third character that we're gonna talk about, it's the one called Mel Blanche, who's like an important character also because she's the one, like she's the a lady who's only wants to get the man in love with her because she only wants her money, their money. So that's why she only, it's like a thief, you know. The other character that we're gonna talk about it's Mr. Astley, who's also in love with Paulina, and he knows that the gambler is also in love with Paulina. He knows almost everything in the story, and everyone who needs something, they always come to him, and he's like helping others, but in his benefit also. The next character that we're gonna talk about it's Degrees. I don't know how to pronounce it good, but Degrees. uh, he he is like, well, he says to be the cousin of Mille Blanche, but he really isn't. And he has the general, like the general owes him money, so he is like uh, threatening the general to make what he wants, and he wants the grandmother to give him the money to the general so that the general can pay him. At the end of the story, he ends up with all the lands from the general, and the general ends up with nothing, with no money, with no lands, with no territory. And oh yeah, he's also in love with Paulina, and at the end of the story, he tries to make make her fall in love with him by forgiving her uh, a bill of 5,000, I think 5,000. Let's call it dollars. I don't know what kind of money they manage, but dollars. Oh no, there were like francos, something like that. Then let's talk about Antonieta Vasilievna, something like that. But it's like the aunt of the general, who also gets a lot of money, and well, she's kind of the grandmother of the general, and she also has a lot of money, and all the characters of the casino want her to die for because they all wanted the money, but at the end, she doesn't die, and one day suddenly she appears of nowhere, and everybody gets amazed by it. She also gets really angry to the general because she doesn't want to give him any money. Um, and at the end, she gets like insane, mad, like madness, insane, and she ends up losing all her money in the roulette. Then, at the end, let's finish talking about the gambler whose real name is Alexei Ivanovich. He was the like the protagonist of the story, but he was also the one who was telling it, and he is in love with Paulina, as I told you before, and sometimes they had problems. Like sometimes he loved her, but at the same time he hated her. He does amazing things for her, like he can kill somebody, he can get a lot of money to her, and things like that. At the end of story, he ends up losing in the game, and he goes with Male Blanche, and he ends up working for her. And I don't know. I really think that's not a good ending for him. And well, that's all for the characters in the history. Maybe I left some details, but in general, that's all for it. Thank you for watching the video.